Hey everybody, this is Minion Soldier, and here it is, the Aegis Vanguard. Now, in the last video I said Vanguard isn't going to replace the Super Hornet, and I think now that we've all seen the stats and we've kind of come to grips with what this fighter, air quotes fighter is going to be, um, I think we realize that this is not going to replace the Super Hornet. The Super Hornet is still going to be the bread and butter of every battle fleet. It's going to be their mainstay fighter. This thing is going to be a scout. It's going to be used for breaching defenses and used for evaluating enemy strengths and weaknesses. I mean, enhanced range, multi-jump capable, improved radar, E-War suite, impressive top speed, in air quotes, and extensive backup systems. I mean, we really don't know what the speed's going to be. I mean, impressive can mean anything. So, I mean, how I plan to use it, and I think how a lot of people are planning to use it, is base it from a planet, for me, in pirate space, then use jump points to get to middle of the road systems that are sort of secure but not really. Then kind of travel through those systems, scanning along with that enhanced radar, finding targets, and hopefully trying to stay out of their radar range but keep them in mind, so then I can call in reinforcements who can then come in, attack the target while I stay at range, give them E-War support, hopefully jam any distress signals, and provide combat support where and when needed. And this is the fighter that fulfills the role, and this is the role that I always intended to play in Star Citizen, at least from a piracy perspective. And so the ship just totally fit the bill for me. So for me, I mean, for the average player, it's not going to replace the Super Hornet. For me, it did replace the Super Hornet just because the Super Hornet wasn't fitting the bill the way I wanted it to. I mean, I was trying to figure out how to build an amalgamation of the Super Hornet, the Ghost, and the Tracker all into one ship, and I wasn't really sure that that was going to work. And then, when you put all that together, and then just to hear the next system over is considered long range, well, then that all kind of went out the window, and I decided, you know what, get rid of it all. Start with something that's built to travel long distances and that can do the job that you want to do. And that was this. It was the Vanguard. Now, overall, like when a lot of people look at the Vanguard, a lot of people say, "Oh, I see the P-38 instantly. I see the P-38 instantly." I see a Horton flying wing with tail booms. That's what I see, and then like a little, like an extended, drawn-out nose. That's what I saw when I looked at it. And at first, when I looked at it, I kind of went, "Whoa!" Because I was expecting something maybe a little more traditional in shape. I mean, so many people had put up so many F-14 pictures and or Macross pictures and things like that. And I mean, there had been some oddballs that have been thrown in there that this actually very much resembles as well. But at first I was kind of like, okay, that wasn't what I was expecting. And I think that kind of threw me a little bit in the beginning. But then as I kind of looked at it and I read over the stats and I read over everything, I kind of thought, you know what? No, no, no. This is actually a really good ship. And this is pretty much just what the doctor ordered, at least in my case, because it fulfilled the roles that I always wanted to play in Star Citizen. And I mean, in terms of it being really dangerous to fighters, I mean, it's possible. I mean, if you're flying with two of these things, you got one guy to hook them and then the next guy cooks them, possibly. But I think the maneuverability is just going to cost it too much, and we don't really know what the top speed is. I mean, we can kind of guesstimate based on the Super Hornet and weight, basically engine to weight ratio, that this thing will probably come in at around 200 meters a second. But then when you factor in, say, a ship like the Cutlass, which also has two TR4s, or at least last time I saw it had two TR4s, that kind of throws that math out the window. So we really don't know how fast this thing is going to be. But I think 200 meters a second, considering they said impressive top speed, which could mean anything, pretty much means that this thing's probably going to come in at around 200 meters a second. And all that kind of factored in, I just said, yeah, that's it. That's exactly what I wanted now. How far am I going to be able to travel with this thing? That remains to be seen. But I have a feeling that this is going to be pretty much my mainstay ship in Star Citizen. Well, I mean, anything that has a size 4 APOC Death Ballistic on the front of it, how can it not be? Which, if you go to the fact sheet and you click on the gun mount for this, it actually says that you can switch this off and switch it for a size 5 fixed. So that would be like 5 fixed guns, all right on the nose. That's the perfect joystick pilot's ship. I mean, when you factor in like the average, like if you saw in the picture before, the scale of that human pilot there, almost all of those guns would fit within his height. So you have a very, very tight cluster for all those guns, which for a joystick pilot like me is perfect, because one of the biggest qualms that I have with Star Citizen right now is with so many fighters that have their guns all arrayed from like almost all 4 points of the compass, and they're all just kind of spread out. Generally, when you're hitting with one gun, that means half your other guns are missing. Whereas with this thing, if you're hitting with one gun, pretty much all your guns are hitting. And so, for a joystick pilot like me, I mean, that's just the icing on the cake. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope to have some more videos out of this real soon.